The enigma of MH370, a decade of unanswered questions. On March 8, 2014, at 12:41 a.m., Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777-200ER, roared into the night sky from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, bound for Beijing with 227 passengers and 12 crew members aboard. The flight, carrying souls from 15 nations, most notably China, Malaysia and Australia, was unremarkable in its first moments. Captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah, a 53-year-old veteran with 18,365 flight hours, signed off with air traffic control at 1:19 a.m., his voice steady. "Good night, Malaysian 370. Moments later, at 1:21 a.m., the plane's transponder went silent and MH370 vanished from secondary radar over the South China Sea. What followed was not just a disappearance, but the birth of one of aviation's greatest mysteries, a saga that, over a decade later, continues to haunt families, confound investigators and fuel global fascination. This essay delves into the chilling details, the tantalizing clues, the labyrinth of theories, and the relentless human quest for closure that define the enigma of MH370. The Vanishing Act. The disappearance of MH370 was not a simple crash, but a deliberate deviation that unfolded in eerie silence. After its transponder was disabled, military radar revealed the plane made a sharp westward turn, crossing the Malay Peninsula and flying over the Andaman Sea. Inmarsat satellite data later showed it turned south, traveling for nearly 7 hours before its final ping, 88:11 a.m., placing it somewhere along a vast arc in the southern Indian Ocean, 800 kilometers southwest of Perth, Australia. The plane had flown thousands of miles off course, with no distress call, no wreckage, and no explanation. The sheer scale of its invisibility in an era of constant surveillance, where a Boeing 777, a 209-foot-long marvel of engineering, is tracked by radar, satellites, and transponders, defies comprehension. As The Atlantic noted, a Boeing 777 is meant to be electronically accessible at all times. The idea that it could simply vanish seems beyond the realm of possibility. The passengers and crew, a microcosm of humanity, added to the tragedy's weight. Among them were Chinese calligraphers returning from an exhibition, a Malaysian honeymooning couple, 2 Iranian asylum seekers traveling on stolen passports, and a stunt double for Jet Li. Captain Zaharie, a father of 3, was a respected pilot who had joined Malaysia Airlines in 1981. His co-pilot, 27-year-old Farik Abdul Hamid, had just qualified to fly the 777. The cabin crew, led by 35-year veteran Patrick Gomes, was experienced and professional. Their stories, frozen in time, amplify the mystery's emotional grip, as families like that of Lee Er-yu, a 68-year-old father whose son was aboard, still demand answers. "Give us back our loved ones," they chanted outside the Malaysian embassy in Beijing on the 11th anniversary in 2025. The search, a Herculean effort in vain. The search for MH370 became the most expensive in aviation history, costing over $150 million by 2017. Initially focused on the South China Sea, where the plane was last seen on civilian radar, the effort shifted to the southern Indian Ocean after satellite data revealed its likely path. Australia, Malaysia and China led a multinational armada of 33 ships and 58 aircraft, scouring 1.7 million square miles in the first 52 days. Sonar, submarines and underwater drones combed 46,000 square miles of ocean floor, a region of treacherous underwater mountains and trenches deeper than Everest is tall. Yet, as The Guardian reported, Despite one of the largest and most expensive multinational searches in history, one of aviation's greatest mysteries remains unsolved. In July 2015, a breakthrough, a flaperon, a wing component unique to a Boeing 777, washed ashore on Réunion Island, 2,800 miles from the search area. French experts confirmed it was from MH370, the first hard evidence of a crash in the Indian Ocean. Over the years, 26 additional debris pieces, wing segments, engine parts, and a cabin door appeared on coasts from Mauritius to Mozambique. Drift analysis by the CSIRO confirmed these aligned with ocean currents from the Seventh Arc, a curved line derived from Inmarsat's final satellite pings. Yet the main wreckage, black boxes, fuselage, or answers, remained elusive. A 2018 search by Ocean Infinity, a Texas-based marine robotics firm, scanned 112,000 square kilometers on a no-find, no-fee basis, but ended without success. In December 2024, hope flickered anew. Malaysia approved Ocean Infinity's proposal for a $70 million search covering 15,000 kilometers, resuming in February 2025. Transport Minister Anthony Loke expressed cautious optimism. "We hope this time will be positive to give closure to the families." But by April 2025, the search was suspended due to seasonal conditions, with plans to resume by year-end. Families like Jaquita Gonzalez, wife of crew member Patrick Gomes, voiced mixed emotions. This announcement stirs hope, gratitude, and sorrow. After nearly 11 years, the uncertainty and pain have been incredibly difficult. Theories, from plausible to preposterous. The absence of wreckage has birthed a spectrum of theories, each more tantalizing than the last. The 2018 Malaysian report, a 495-page tome, concluded the plane was manually diverted, ruling out mechanical or computer failure, but stopping short of naming a culprit. The answer can only be conclusive if the wreckage is found. Below are the leading theories, each fueling YouTube's obsession with MH370's suspense. Pilot suicide. The rogue pilot theory centers on Captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah. Data from his home flight simulator, recovered by Malaysian police, showed a path mirroring MH370's west over the Malay Peninsula, then south into the Indian Ocean. Former Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott claimed in 2020 that Malaysian officials suspected a mass murder-suicide from the start. Yet, investigations into Zaharie's finances, mental health and behavior found no red flags. The theory persists, amplified by posts on X suggesting a controlled, deliberate path at cruising altitude. On YouTube, videos like "Did the pilot crash MH370?" draw millions, blending simulator data with chilling speculation. Hijacking. Could a passenger or third party have seized control? The presence of 2 Iranians with stolen passports initially raised suspicions, but they were later identified as asylum seekers, not terrorists. Military-grade technology or remote hacking has been floated, with one X-post claiming external frequency manipulation linked to Diego Garcia's US base, though this lacks evidence and borders on the outlandish. YouTube channels thrive on such conspiracies with titles like "Was MH370 hijacked by a secret agency?" "Mechanical failure." Less likely, this theory posits a catastrophic failure, like a fire or depressurization, that incapacitated the crew while the plane flew on autopilot until crashing. However, the deliberate transponder shutdown and 7-hour flight path undermine this. A 2024 Cardiff University study noted a weak hydrophone signal at the crash time, unlike stronger signals from known crashes, suggesting no typical impact. YouTube videos dissecting this data appeal to science-minded viewers, but struggle against more dramatic narratives. Wild conspiracies. From alien abductions to a Russian plot or a shoot-down near Diego Garcia, fringe theories flourish online. These lack evidence but captivate audiences. As Reuters noted, the inability to locate MH370's crash site has fueled numerous conspiracy theories, ranging from mechanical error to more bizarre explanations. YouTube's algorithm rewards such content, with channels like the Y-Files weaving aliens into slick productions for millions of views. Recent breakthroughs and ongoing quest. In 2025, two developments reignited hope. Dr. Vincent Line proposed MH370 lies in the Penang longitude deep hole, a 6,000-meter trench at 33.02 digspan and 100.27 degree E, citing a sonar anomaly. Separately, researchers Simon Maskell and Richard Godfrey used weak signal propagation reporter, WSPR, data to pinpoint a crash site at 35.6 degrees, 92.8 DGE, aligning with Zaharie's simulator path. These coordinates near the 7th arc guide Ocean Infinity's resumed search. On X, users like @JustXAshton shared webinars on these findings, amplifying their reach. YouTube videos visualizing these sites with 3D ocean maps could draw massive engagement. The human toll drives the search's urgency. Families like Cheng Liping, whose husband was on MH370, demand transparency. I hope Beijing communicates more with Malaysia to uncover the truth. The 2018 reports air traffic control failures, Kuala Lumpur and Ho Chi Minh City's delayed response, added to distrust. Malaysia's government, once led by the now imprisoned Najib Razak, faced criticism for poor communication, fueling conspiracies. Why MH370 captivates. MH370's grip on the public stems from its defiance of modern technology. As the diplomat asked, how could a plane as large as a Boeing 737 go missing in the modern age when the world's sky is monitored more than ever? Its narrative, part tragedy, part detective story, thrives on YouTube, where channels like Mentor Pilot, 1.8 M subscribers, dissect technical details, while Bedtime Stories, 1M Plus subscribers, leans into eerie speculation. The mystery's open-endedness invites viewers to play sleuth, with comment sections buzzing over theories. The emotional weight, families' grief, like Rosila Abu Samar's hope to know why it happened and who did it, adds universal resonance. Conclusion, an unfinished story. As of August 21, 2025, MH370 remains a ghost in the Indian Ocean's depths. Ocean Infinity's paused search, set to resume by year-end, carries the weight of a decade's longing. Whether in the Penang deep hole or along the 7th arc, the wreckage holds answers to questions that have tormented families and fascinated millions. Was it a rogue pilot, a hijacker, or an unthinkable fluke? Until the black boxes are recovered, MH370 will endure as a symbol of the unknown, a puzzle that, as the New York Times put it, remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries. For YouTube creators, the story offers endless potential, a blend of science, suspense, and human drama that keeps viewers clicking, theorizing, and hoping for closure in a saga that refuses to end.